going on, y'all?
What's up, Terrell? Williams, I've been watching you here today, so I'm wondering, it's nice seeing him around.
Yeah, Coach T, it's awesome seeing him around. Anytime he's around, it brings joy to us. It brings joy to the locker room. It brings joy to see his face, see how he's doing, and just praying for him. And he's continuing to fight. And what a story! And it's been something for us to rally around and somebody to care about. And another thing that's just bigger than football. And just props to him for seeing me in here a couple times throughout the year. And it's been cool to see.
Drake, I know he's obviously worked with the defense and is here when he can be, but do you guys have any kind of personal connection or something you talk about him with, anything specific to your relationship?
Yeah, I got to know his son well. He was around training camp a lot, so I know he's a big hockey player, and it's been cool for Coach T just to someone on the defense side of the ball to be able to relate with in life, and we kind of told our stories, kind of to get to know each other early on in the year, and he had a great story and coming from his background, and I think he relates to players well. Everybody that I've talked to from I think it was in Detroit and in Tennessee, everybody loves him, and he's easy to care about, and I think he'd be awesome to have around more. But obviously, he's dealing with things that are, like I said, bigger than football, and just looking forward to having him back whenever that is. And I think he's just brings joy to the locker room.
We were talking the National Football League. You're not going to win every game. What's your just general thought on bouncing back at facing adversity and how you go about doing that?
Yeah, obviously it stings. It stings when you don't come up on the winning side. But what I've tried to learn in this league is it's on to the next week. Next week's just as important as the last week and the week before that, and it's every week's important and it matters. And just trying to play to my best ability and fix the things that I can fix and make plays and try to fix plays that I wish I had back and try to let it not happen again. But at the same time, I think there's some good things we did from last game, but also some things we got to improve on to be better down the road and be better against the Ravens this week. And we got a tough challenge. They're a good defense, and they're a good football team with a great quarterback. So they're a tough challenge, and just trying to learn every week and store things in my memory bank to use them again down the road.
Right. I'm curious because you had your scheduled primetime games this season, but this was one where you were taken out of the initial spot. You guys were in and moved to primetime where more eyes will be on you. Is there an extra level of excitement to know that, they wanted you in that spot, they wanted the Patriots to be playing in that moment?
That's what you play for. That's what we're trying to play for many years down the road. Trying to be the team that, people want to see, at night, and people want to see when the only game on is us. That's what you want this environment to be around. That's what you want the New England Patriots to be, playing on night games that matter and, home playoff games. And that's what we're building towards and working towards. And that's one of the goals. So we're keep trying to get there and do whatever we can to get there. And it starts in practice out here today and tomorrow and each and every day. I think it's one of the tough things at the end of the thing is week 16, is trying not to battle, not kind of tailing off and taking shortcuts. Just try to, keep going and do things a little more, study a little more, do a little bit more after practice, just to try to make up for the 16 weeks that you put on your body, and know that these weeks are the weeks that you play the last 14 games for.
Drake, do you expect to see some of the things the Bills were successful doing to you, mostly in the second half? Other teams trying to copy that, and have you been working to kind of work out whatever those issues were?
Well, I'm sure teams try to do whatever other defenses try to do to quote unquote stopped us or felt like worked. So you try to not overlook that and realize that these teams are going to be who they are, and I've practiced all year long, but you never know until you really get out there and snap the football and see. But obviously we're trying to work on things that we can control and control on details, and me making throws and better ball placement and better decisions, and that's what we can control and let the rest sort itself out.
Do you care about the MVP conversation?
The MVP it's obviously one of the big accolades for this league, and it's something that it's an honor as a player to earn their award, and I respect all the past MVPs, but I think at the end of the day, winning the Super Bowl is the biggest thing, and I think it's what kind of makes this league go is winning the big one, and that's what you work towards, and that's what this game's about. I love winning, and the personal accolades come with all that, but I'd rather win than win personal awards, and I hope people in that locker room, I know a lot of them feel the same way.
Say a scouting report on Marty Camp.
One more time.
You give us a scouting report on Marty.
Yeah, I played with him my last year in college. He's Great guy in the locker room. He's good on the edge. He's fast. He's played inside a little bit. He's played on the edge. Played inside at Florida State, if I remember, in college, and now he moved to the edge once he got to North Carolina. So I know he's with Vegas, and good to see him back. And I think everybody's just trying to see just to help us, whether it's on game day or throughout practice or whatever he can do. I know he's going to work hard, and I know he's got good work ethic.
Great. But when the long ball opportunity potentially is there, do you ever have to fight against your own tendency to take a shorter, easier option?
Yeah, that's what I've been battling. Probably since college. Since college, I was more down the field, and it's not even trying to force that. It's kind of the offense I was in, and the backs weren't getting out. They were more blocking in college, so I was just trying to take the plays that the defense gives me and realize that moving the chains and being in 2nd and 4 versus 2nd and 10 is better. So just challenging that, but at the same time you got to keep the defense on his toes for not squatting on routes and let them know that we can hit one over their head.
Going back to the design routes in the red zone last week, just how did that kind of come about, and how do you feel about doing that a little bit more moving forward?
Yeah, we tried them previous weeks. They just haven't worked as well as it did on Sunday. So it's something that makes it even down there when when it gets tight. It's 11 on 11, and it's something that you can gain an extra hat versus me just handing it off and watching. So it's something you can use, but also you got to be smart. These defenses are good, and now these guys are smart and know. So these coordinators. So just there's a time for it, and there's a time. I think, like I said, you can get extra hat and make it even.
Drake, as someone who expects a lot of himself to help his team, how do you balance the expectations you have versus the understanding that every player has limits?
Limits. I think you expect a lot of myself. I think that's the biggest thing. You expect to show up in big games. You expect to show up when the team needs you, and that's what I hope everybody in the locker room feels. When pressure's on, you want to play within the system and play within the scheme and use your teammates around you. I've been trying to do that as much as I can because those guys are around me are great players, and realize that you don't do it by yourself, and that's a motto in life. You don't do things by yourself. You got people around you in your life that can help you and help you get to your goal and that think the same way and that want to win. And I think it's when the pressure is on and you don't have to play outside and try to make a hero play. Just make a winning play.
Drake, just sort of a two-part question, I guess, but the Ravens, are they still kind of a man-heavy team? It feels like they have been in the past. And for you guys, when you've seen man, especially lately, how do you feel like you guys have handled that?
Yeah. I think, me stating something that I know they'll probably watch it and see if they're a man or zone team or not. We'll know they'll play man sometimes and play zone. So I'm not trying to give out my answer of what I think they'll do. But I think, no, they play some zone and they get eyes on the quarterback really well, and they got some guys on the outside that have played man, and guys on the inside, safeties, they mix around. I know 14's a great player. 44 has played a long time and played at a high level. I know played the other corner in college, Wiggins. So they got some great players out there and do a lot of different things and get the eyes on the quarterback, make plays on the football. I know when they do play man, we just got to win at the top of the route. I think our guys have done that and shown that and make contested catches and me, work on ball placement. And if we do expect man, which I think we will, when you get down in the late of the season on third down in the red zone, you're going to see man. Teams are going to play man, and you got to be able to handle that and win the routes and be able to win versus man is this league, and it's why those guys, those receivers, get paid and get paid to do that. So got to work on ball placement for me and just trying to find the open guy.
I think Trevion on Trevion's touchdown run last Sunday, Next Gen Stats had you timed at just under 21 miles an hour. Have you ever hit that?
Yeah, that's fast. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if I ever hit 20. No, I just try to get down there. I'm always a little faster when somebody's chasing me or I'm trying to get out in front of somebody. So I think Trevion would have scored anyway. I don't know if he really needed my block. So just felt like I could try to go and help in any way. And I was trying not to get in the way, which was probably close to that. So, sweet. Thank you guys.